Okay, great. So we're going to have a rocking batch this time. So many participants, so many experienced people coming together from diverse industry, I must say. It will be really nice if you can keep your videos on. It will be helpful to know each other and recognize each other. There will be really great connect with each
Hi,
other.
Ankita. Actually, I have some problem,
No
so
problem.
I
I
can.
understand. No problem. Great. No problem.
Hi
Those who
Afan.
can do it, that will be good. Those who can do it. Hey Gunjan, it was a great, pleasant surprise for me today in the morning. I did not know you are there in the batch. So nice to see you. Great. So it's 6 o'clock, and without wasting any time, we are starting. I think it's a big round of applause. Let's give a big round of applause for everyone for starting the new batch and creating a new initiative in your career, right? And looking forward for a great interactive sessions with all of you. So let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Aparna Sethi, and I'm going to be the your trainer, your friend for the sessions, upcoming sessions. And I come with 20 years of experience. I started my career from manufacturing companies like Bharat Forge, Kalyani, Pune. From there, I moved to service industry like Data Pro Infoware Limited. Then I was also in academics for a quite long time, and now I'm completely on my own. The best part of entire career is training and development and workshop used to come very naturally to me, and I never felt like it is an extra responsibility for me. So over a period of time, I realized I think this is the gift, and I need to work and take it forward and make a career in this. And that's how I given a birth to ProTouch. So that is how ProTouch is. It's very young organization. We are 3 years old, but we have seen really great level of growth in these last 3 years. And as you know that we deliver sessions to various corporates. I mean, you name it, and we have it. Best of the best brands, especially in POSH, diversity, inclusion, emotional intelligence. But my area is basically working in DNI and POSH. So these are the areas I look after. Though my company looks after in coaching, sales, and other things, we also provide certification programs in HR analytics, HR generalist. So these are the another flagship programs which ProTouch provides. So that's all about me. I'm looking forward to hear from you all. And yes, when we have so many participants, we have already got introduction on WhatsApp group. So that was really nice to know about you all. I will request everyone that if you can put your first name, on the screen, that will be really good for all of us. So now I will also put it here. So before we begin, let's begin with one small icebreaker, and I will be asking you the questions, but you will not cheat. We all, maximum people are from HR, so you can keep your hands like this if you want. Okay? So you will not look at our WhatsApp groups. So that is very, very important. So let's see how many of us have gone through the introduction really well. Okay? So we have one Marathi actor in this group. What's his name? Marathi actor in this group. Anyone?
He's a gentleman. His name starts with the letter M, I think.
Oh yes, name starts with M. What's his name?
Mr. M.
Mr. M. That's a good one. Okay. Uh,
Apologies.
Sachin, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Oh, Sachin. And
Hi.
yes, Sachin. So nice to have you with us. Could you please
Thank you,
let
ma'am.
us know more about your acting?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing Marathi theater since last 3, 4 years.
Mhm.
I did 2, 3 commercial dramas also, and I did 2, 3 short films also. So yes, I mean, simultaneously along with my work, I follow my passion into acting.
Okay.
So now, on next Sunday also, I'm going to some competition, drama competition. So rehearsals are also
Fantastic.
going on at the same time.
Excellent. So that is where I can also connect myself to you. I did 13 years theater.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Yeah, I mean, I checked your profile also on LinkedIn. I found some similarities. I mean, you were also an assistant professor, right? I
yes.
was also into teaching earlier. I used to teach in college as an assistant professor in Commerce and Management Institute.
Uh-huh.
And I'm also into theater. So I found two things very common between you and me. Yes.
तो दोनों मिलके अच्छा ड्रामा भी कर सकते हैं. We can do
Yes,
some
yes.
drama also. Okay, that's nice to know. There is one person, okay, who loves new cuisines, singing, and catching up. Who is that person? Shireen. Can we know a little bit more about you, Shireen? Okay.
Yes, sure.
Mhm.
So yes, that's me. I mentioned that I'm basically an experimental person. I like to meet new people. I like to see new places. I'm a foodie, so I like to go try new cuisines. And yeah, do everything that's fun. And in fact, that's
So, Shireen,
also probably
what is your favorite cuisine?
uh, well, it's got to be Oriental. Yeah, the
Okay.
Chinese, East Asian mainly. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
That's so nice to know. So you must have faced a lot of problem during lockdown, right?
I did, but I am so addicted to eating out. I was ordering in almost throughout the lockdown. And that also happened to be one of the biggest sources of entertainment and novelty during such a mundane period. So I
Oh,
continued with my passion.
okay. So during lockdown, I think we all had a guilt-free food. I think that is very important for all of us, right? Guilt-free. Without thinking about calories, we were just enjoying. So we have one person who is a writer in our team. Who is that? Working with Google.
Surabhi, I think.
That's
Oh yes,
I think
Surabhi.
Surabhi.
Surabhi, where are you? Are you there?
right here, but you cannot see me because my camera is off. Like I said, I'm a little
Okay.
shy,
Uh-huh.
so I'm not going to switch on my camera today. I'll get to know you people a little better, and maybe
Uh-huh.
I'll switch on my camera from the next time onwards.
Mhm.
Writing, I don't do much of professional writing. I'm an amateur writer, as in I write for myself. I do
Uh-huh.
have a very small audience who sometimes indulge me and they read my my poems, my write-ups, but otherwise that's about it.
So what is the recent writing piece you have done?
I've written a poem,
Okay. What was the topic?
Heartbreaks.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting one. Excellent.
The
That's an
most
interesting
the
one.
most common and the cliched one.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. That's nice. So nice to meet you. We have one person who is really good at storytelling. Who is
Bhavlin.
it? Bhavlin. Yes, Bhavlin. Can we know something more about you? Storytelling.
So, hi everyone, storytelling comes from the mother in me. Now that my child is 3 years old and the numerous questions that the baby has, I need to keep him entertained. And now that I'm officially on a break, I have some time. So I read a lot of Panchatantra and a lot of other stories. And I'm lucky because both my sister and my sister-in-law have gifted us a lot of books. I have a collection of 50 or 70 books from which we pick and choose every single day. And there are times when he doesn't want to read any book, which is when the storyteller comes out to cook up stories, play with the characters. So it's
Who
been
is your
interesting
favorite
the last
character,
3 months.
Bhavlin? Who is your
Oh,
favorite character?
so we reiterate and we read a lot of Peppa Pig stories as well. So for now, my son is really influenced by Pepper and how these little kids in the cartoon also follow really nice and generic habits. So that's my favorite character to build up any stories or make sure that he brushes his teeth on time, has his breakfast, so on and so forth. So yeah.
Storytelling is a really great tool, especially as a trainer. If you have, it will be really helpful for all of us. Okay. So Himani, please tell me something which you have not written in your introduction, which is not written in your introduction. That's what we want to know, Himani. Yes.
What I've not written is that
like you, even I had a stint with academics. I was assistant professor for 7 years,
Okay.
HR mainly. Initially, I was in corporate, and then I was into different projects. And now I'm a freelancer. I've already written, and what I've not written is I think I've met you somewhere, some posh training. This is what I've not written. I cannot recall, so I was not sure.
Maybe. Yes. Yes, Venunath, could you please tell us what you have not written in your introduction? We would like to know more.
I said I represent my company in most of the criminal cases. I am an HRA, come a corporate lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, I have
Okay.
21 years of experience. I represent
That you have mentioned, Venunath, that you have mentioned in your introduction. Beyond that,
Yeah.
we all know now everyone
Beyond
is here.
that-
Most of us are HR professional, come with really great experience, but we want to know more than that. Let's.
More than that, there are a lot of things I've written. I'm starting writing a book on under trials business.
Oh, that's nice. So we have another author coming here.
Yeah, I keep going to most of the jails, central jails, regularly to meet the trials.
So your experience in legal area will certainly be a great help during the session. So please do
I used to
contribute.
training on Posh also earlier in my company.
Great. So
Yeah.
certainly
Yeah.
there are many people who have already knows about Posh, right? And look forward from your insights as well, because
Thank you
peer
very much.
learning is something which is
Definitely.
very
Yeah,
important.
definitely. Thank you.
Yes, Ruchita. One thing which you have not written.
Oh, I have not written a lot of things about myself, I would say. I was trying to be a little modest. I thought that it is going to be a little, very professional atmosphere, and I thought that I should be a little toned down while I'm introducing myself. But what I have not written is. I am a person who would always speak my mind out. I am always unapologetically myself. And people generally say that you're very outspoken. You don't keep something within you. HR people have to be a little diplomatic and things like that. I think at times it becomes really difficult to manage that, but I think being myself has made me reach where I am as on today, and it differentiates at times myself from a lot of individuals which are
We have
being
Ruchita. We have Ruchita who is very outspoken. That's a good thing to know about you, Ruchita. Great. Excellent. Yeah. So we have many more personalities like that. Humani is also raising her hand, right?
And I have seen in the group there are a lot of cooks, and I love eating food. I was about to write that, please do invite me to your place to eat food, because I don't know how to cook properly.
Okay.
But I
That's
love
nice
food.
to know. Nice to know. Yes, Pritu. Something about you, Pritu.
Well, I think I have written everything. I mean, whatever was asked was informed to everybody. Something that I have not written, maybe I am multilingual. I know probably 6 languages, including English. Most of it is South language because I stay in South India. And Hindi, yes, it is common. So Hindi and English would be common. Rest of it would be South Indian languages. So that kind of helps me. I'm sorry.
It will be a great help for you as a trainer.
So it helps me in a lot of ways because working as a HR manager, you'll have a lot of people coming into your organization who will not probably, be very open when it comes to English and then sharing their thoughts or views about the organization or their kind of issues that they are facing. So when I talk to them in their lingual language, it kind of helps them in coming out and putting their issues in front of me. So I think that's one thing which I had not mentioned.
Very nice. So we have multilinguistic Prithu. Nice meeting you, Prithu.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. Megha.
Hi, everyone. Hello, Dr. Aparna.
Hi,
So I'm
Megha.
sorry I didn't introduce myself on the group. I've been pretty caught up a couple of days, but it's really nice to know that so many people are so active on the group.
Hmm.
I did hear a lot of them are great cooks, but I wouldn't say great, but I've just started exploring into baking. So that happened during the pandemic in the lockdown. So that's one area I explored and I figured out I'm pretty good at it. I started taking few orders from some known sources. Otherwise, I work as a HR in an IT company. And Posh was one area I wanted to have the certification and explore myself. And that's why I'm here today.
Nice meeting you. We have a Baker Megha, Baker Megha, right? Dr. Vijayanti.
I'm a psychiatrist. I've been practicing in the private sector for 15 years, and I have largely worked with survivors of child sexual abuse. And I've also worked with marital abuse and largely with post-traumatic stress disorder. And I was also teaching as an associate professor in a private medical college. I resigned in the beginning of this year, hoping to start my own center. And then Corona hit, but therefore I could not start off immediately. But I think this was a welcome break because I had accumulated a lot of vicarious trauma because of the cases that I had handled over the years. I think I had worked overtime because I was working in more than one. There are 2 hospitals attached to Ramaya itself. And I was also had worked in other hospitals in private sector. Survivors of cancer, survivors of burns, survivors of domestic violence, survivors of all sorts of violence, largely women and children. And I think that was my background, because of which I jumped at this course, because this seemed like something that would empower me. And because you start identifying yourself with the victim a lot as you go through, as you keep treating them, those stories remain with you and they haunt you for years. And I think that this is going to empower me in many ways, hoping to get empowered by this course.
Yes, that's so nice to know about, Dr. Vijayanti. Thank you so much and look forward to have a more interaction with you. Yes, I think remaining participants, we will get introduction break ke baad. Okay, so we will keep doing that because we will have a not frequent, but 2 breaks after every 1 hour, so that, depends on topic and all. So I will always say that now tell your family that you're going to be with us for a very long time, till 9:30 also maybe, because, let me tell you, though we have a time and I want to also finish on time, I do not want to restrict to the time. Okay, I want everyone should be able to speak, contribute, get their answers. So that will be focus, because it is, I do not treat it as a corporate session that where you have next meetings to catch up and all. But it is very important when you all are here, I should be able to, and we all should be able to, discuss and take things forward. So for next 5 sessions, we have to tell our family members to forget us on weekends for some time and more focus on learning. Okay, so that will be the way we will be dealing with it. I hope everyone is okay with it, right? Let me know. Great.
Yes.
So this topic is very, very in depth. I can train for more than a month only on one topic. So that is how the topic is. Okay. Having said that, we also need to keep it in mind, because looking at the time, if I find there is a deviation or something, I will just let you know on that. Okay, I hope you all agree with it. Otherwise, we will go here and there and it will be too much to take it. Is it fine with all of you?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it is only for our own betterment. Sometimes there are a lot of questions will be covered during the session. Sometimes I do not want to jump into the next topic. So these things will be, we will have to keep it in mind. Let me tell
Sounds
you the
perfect.
fundamental. Yes, Divya?
I said it sounds perfect.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you so much. So let me tell you how the course will go. Since we have started today, you will have 5 sessions. Today's session will be completely focused on diversity, inclusion, gender sensitization. Tomorrow's session will be on law, completely on law. Next session is going to be on IC, how IC works. What are the things we need to keep it in mind? Next session is how to deliver the training program, because I personally feel, when we deliver POSH sessions, being it is a very sensitive topic, it has got its own challenges. Okay, so there will be some insights will be given on that. And in the last session, we will have your group presentation. Okay, there will be an exam. An exam will be of a MCQ type, right? 60 marks exam will be there, and you do not have to worry at all about exam right now. All the guidelines and all the things will be given to you time to time, and presentation part is also there. Once we complete the process, it takes around 8 to 10 days to get your certification from SHRM and all, and then the certificate of the hard copy will be sent to you. Soft copy will be also sent to you. Hard copy will be sent to you along with the book which I have written, Where to Draw the Line, Complicated Relationships at Workplace, which covers 10 life studies, case studies, right? Which will give us a lot of understanding and dynamics of POSH. It is very easy to say, but the dynamics are completely different. So that is how the course goes. Having said that, I will say that do not miss a single session. Every session is going to be very important. You are in the office, you are everywhere, just block your calendars because you have to make it as a priority. There is no recording available of this session. So that also we need to keep this in mind. Another thing, tomorrow morning maximum, there will be a Drive link will be shared with you, a Google Drive link, in which you will get all the documents which we are going to read, right? Your PowerPoint presentations will be shared with you, okay? Of course, not the complete master presentation will be shared, but the outline, the complete presentation will be shared. It will be in plug and play mode, so do not worry, okay? Another thing, there will be video links will be given to you. Certain video links may not be all, because there are certain which we have developed for our own training purpose. Okay. But whatever is required, YouTube links and all will be given to you. So that is a second important thing. There will be templates, documents, like for example, annual report format. Okay. So these documents will be shared in the document folder in the Drive. Okay. So on the register email ID which you have, while taking the admission, the email ID which you are given to us, on the same email ID, the Drive will be shared with you. Very important thing is this, the presentation gets uploaded once the class is done, not before the class. Okay. So that is how in installment you will get everything uploaded. You don't have to worry at all. Focus on the learning, then the content. Okay, you will get everything in hand. So that is how about the process. Okay. Another thing about it is like, if you are maintaining a journal, okay. So I will always say, if you have this kind of a page like this, keep at least one part of it for your observations. Now, what do I mean by observations? Observations, I mean to say, while conducting the session, you need to wear the different hats. Now, what do I mean by different hats? One hat will be of a learner. As a participant, you will go through one experience, right? Second hat is going to be as a trainer. Okay, how the delivery has been done. So those observations, we need to keep it in mind all the time. Okay, so that will be very helpful for you. Because even though we have at the end POSH train the trainer, TTT session, but still during the program, what you will see, what you will observe, which will have a better learning impact than anything else. But instead of telling, when you experience, the focus is different. Most importantly, this particular other sessions, you will be able to develop minimum 6 to 7 different topics for you. Okay, 6 to 7 different sessions, especially the way currently the industry is moving for micro learning or bite-sized learning. You know, they are not going for 8-hour sessions. They're going for 1.5 hours, 2 hour sessions, kind. In that scenario, you can come up with different sessions. Now, what are those sessions? If you want, you can take down the list of it. First, very important, you can come up with unconscious biases. Okay. Second, unconscious biases in business. Okay. Third, your POSH, regular POSH. POSH for employee sensitization. Okay. I will address, Atul, your question I will address. Okay. So POSH employee sensitization, which is a 3 hours programs generally. Then IC capacity development program. That is a different program. That is internal committee capacity development, because as per the law, these 2 sessions, employee sensitization session and IC, is mandatory. Once in a year, we have to conduct it. So that is a 4th session. Then you can talk about gender biasness, only different program altogether, right? Then you can come up with program like inclusive leadership. Okay, how leaders can be inclusive now, because that is where if we do not impact or work on top, you know, bottom up approach may not work in this particular scenario. It has to be top to bottom. So that is the 6th program. Okay. So now if you look at it, there are 6 to 7 programs which you can develop right now. So it is not only one, but the umbrella is quite big. When I attended very long back the first session, even I started like this, you know, only POSH. But over a period of time, I experienced that, you know, POSH is a very small part of it. It is very important to look at the broader picture, you know, that these things, why these things are happening, how we can prevent it. So that is how the focus should be. Whenever you are dealing with, you know, this particular program, you will be dealing with different stakeholders. Stakeholders like employees, HR, leadership, business. So we all need to keep it in mind that how we can work on this. The scope of this particular topic is very, very huge. Just imagine 3-4 years back, nobody was even talking about it. Now people talk about POSH. But as far as India is concerned, Indian scenario is concerned, the diversity and inclusion is going to be extremely bigger topic in coming years. In 2025, you will see a completely different outlook in India. So that is how it is going to be. Now coming to Atul's this. Yes, Atul. Let's have that student hat ready. Very important. Today also, if you look at my work or way of working, you know, wherever I go and whatever I do, I completely, you know, like a child, you can say, I maintain my notes. You can see this. Using highlighter, using everything. It is important. Because, you know, PPTs are available on Google. You just go on Google, you will get all the PPTs. I'm telling you, right? But we are not here for PPTs. We are here for learning. And the kind of examples which we will be giving during the session and all, which will be very useful for you. It is not only me, everyone will share their experience also. And that is very important. And problem is this, our memory is like short term. So if we want to have a great retention of knowledge, it is, I will say that take down notes. Have your nice notebook and take down notes. It will be very useful. Okay, Atul?
Thanks, Aparna.
Yeah. Any other question you have before we begin the session? Any other question?
Aparna, I am working on business transformation, let's say only HR transformation. I am working with one of the chemical manufacturing company, wherein there was no HR 2 years back. So I joined that company 1 year back only. So that CTO, Chief Transformation Officer, initiated the HR department for all the manufacturing locations. So I'm taking care of 1100 crores business in Mahad. It's Raigad district near Mumbai. So so this year I would like to take agenda in our headcount budget, let's say manpower budget. I would like to increase diversity from it's only decimal numbers as of now. So I would like to take it to minimum 3% this year, and next year 5% plus.
Okay.
So how this program will help me in that? So that guidance, if it is available during this
Certainly,
session,
I will keep that
will
in
be
mind.
more.
During the discussion, I'll keep it in mind. Having said that, I missed out 2-3 important things. Another thing will open up for all of you to become the external member if you are a freelancer. Okay. Which will, again, it will help you. Like, for example, in many companies, if you're already working with companies, most of you are already working with the companies. External members are more silent sometimes. You know, you will get clarity how to execute everything in your organization. Okay, that is important. Then you will be able to conduct audits in your organization. That is diversity and inclusion audit. Okay, so you can take diversity and inclusion champion or diversity inclusion position in your company. So that also will open up for you. So the scope is completely up to you, how and what you can extract from this particular course. Okay, so this is how the course will go ahead. I think without not wasting, हमने भी अभी भी invest किया है time. So let's begin. Right? Let's begin. Anywhere, if you find a language, anything kind of a trouble, do let me know. Okay, so be open about it. So that's how we will start. And here we go. If you have any questions, anything, you can let me know in the chat box. The chat box will be there. You can feel yourself comfortable to, open the mics and speak to me. So that's not an issue at all. Okay, so that's what the introduction, which we have already seen. This is about ProTouch, which we have seen. Okay, so these are some other side of my work, that is other than trainings and all. I'm very fitness freak and all. So industry has been extremely kind. I received a lot of recognitions as far as this work is concerned. It is about equality, which I personally believe. And our program is also got covered on various news channels. This is my family, and certainly you will get to know more about me on the way. So today we will focus on diversity, inclusion, and gender sensitivity. So this is the focus of today's session. Okay, this is perfectly all right. I think these are the norms which you all know. But as I told you that, especially when you are going to deliver these sessions virtually, these are the things which we need to keep it in mind. Okay, but we understand by mistake sometimes it happens. Another thing is this topic is extremely sensitive. Okay, the challenge of this topic here is what happens. We feel the things are not happening around. Okay, the cases are not happening around. The challenge of the cases are, it is not happening in front of our eyes. That does not mean the cases are not happening. So sometimes it is very difficult for us to trust. So I will request that if you have got any kind, first of all, let's be very respectful to each other, because sometimes it happens that we take certain things very personally. In these things, sometimes, a lot of unlearning will also happen. Challenging our values will happen. If you have anything to share with me or with all the participants, do not mention anyone's name. Do not mention organization's name, because our objective here is to not to blame and anyone, but the objective is to learn. Okay, because we are on public forum, so I will request not to mention anyone's name. Is that fine with all of you? Yeah. So
Yes.
now let's take a pause. Let's take a pause. And that is, these are the things which you have to maintain when we are delivering the session at the beginning itself. Okay. Another thing is this, you may have certain questions in your mind, and in the question you will ask, did this case happen? Tell me right or wrong. Tell me, Aparna madam, tell me right or wrong. It will not happen, because until and unless we do not know the entire story, other side of it, we cannot give any judgment. So do not expect any judgment during the session. So this is again a trainer, because what happens, there are some stories they have in mind and they keep on asking, is this falling under POSH? What do you think? What should have been done? We cannot do that because we do not know the other side. Okay. So these are the things which we must keep it in mind when we are handling the very sensitive topic. Do give me a feedback during the session if you feel like, so that it will help me to deliver it better. The first very important question for all of you is, why do we need this sensitization session? See, we all are working. Basic education is there with everyone. We know things, sexual harassment is not good. Everyone knows about it. But still, why do you think this session is required at workplace? You can unmute, you can type it in the chat box as well.
Aparna, Monica, this slide.
Yeah, Monica, go ahead.
I believe that everyone has a perspective of looking at things, and as a human beings, we feel that we being from different genders may feel same and we may think alike. Doesn't happen like this. So every action has an impact. It depends on different genders. How do they conceive and how do they understand that what impact is making to them? So
Absolutely.
I believe sensitizing employees about it is very important to let them know with every action of yours, there's going to be an impact.
Yes. So that is a very important
perspective.
Yes.
Yes. So I believe that, just go back, think around on your actions, and then they could always have a better understanding. So I believe that that's one of the need for this training.
So very important here is the impact, and what Monica is talking about, the very important terminology is subjective. What is fine with me may not be fine with someone else, right? And that there is a possibility that there is an impact in which we should be very much aware about it. Now, there are a lot of comments are coming that sometimes we become biased. Absolutely. What we see from outside, and that's a perspective. Then precautionary measures, very important, because even though we know it, there should be reinforcement. Reinforcement is very important, right? Again, we tend to be quite cautious, and the constant reminder, absolutely, Surabhi. That is the point which I mentioned just now. And many don't know. How many of us know? I mean, again, I'm telling you from very employee perspective, not from HR, not as a trainer. How many of them know what is sexual harassment? I ask this question directly to the audience. How many of you knows that this falls under sexual harassment? And no one knows about it.
Can I say?
Yes. Yeah.
I think the main thing is, many times people are not aware this comes under harassment. They just do it unknowingly, and then later on they realize, oh, it's such a big issue. So I think the awareness is very important, because unintentionally we did something and then we come to know, oh, it comes under the harassment part also. So I think awareness is very important.
Right. Absolutely. We don't know where to draw the line. Yes.
Hi. Can I say something? Hi. Actually, I agree with all of them that the part where awareness is concerned is missing, and especially I come from a startup background, so I started my careers only. So most of the time, the problem which I feel is that in India we are not taught about certain.
Divya, we have lost
We
your
lost
voice.
you, Divya.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I said that there are certain things which are common in certain areas. So I said I worked mostly in startup companies. So I have been working towards building culture. So what happens is from the family background, from the education background, they're not taught basic things. Like for example,
Absolutely.
commenting on somebody's body is, is a strict no, but people are not aware about it.
Absolutely. So, you're, as you said, especially in India, we do not talk about sex. We do not have a sex education, and we need to educate people.
Aparna, I would also like to make a point. While most of these big corporates do have a past training, with a lot of videos, with a lot of leaders emphasizing and a lot of mailers going around, I think what is really still missing is the fact that how you judge a person when he or she, as an employee, comes and tells you about it. The whole fact that somebody needs that courage to come and talk about it, and to who, to who should the concern be raised with. That bit of awareness, that bit of is a bit of a challenge, because most of the employees could be a newbie, could be somebody who's really scared of talking about it. If they go and speak to, just taking an example, a manager, and they are kind of not encouraged to openly talk about it, it just shatters them completely, and it could leave a very bad impact, as bad as choosing not to continue with their career. So I think
Absolutely.
that's what the training has to give to all of us.
Right. And two important points have come in the chat box. One, Venkatesh has mentioned, Venunath has mentioned, basically people should know difference between harassment and sexual harassment. Now, this is the area and the pain area of HR. They receive many complaints, and most of them they don't even know what falls under sexual harassment and what falls under mental harassment. Now, there can be, again, where your trainers at here, there will be a lot of debate. So, madam, what is mental harassment? What is harassment? Is harassment manager? No, so hold on. We will talk about it, and we will, understand. This topic is so, this thing, that people will talk. So again, we have to control. Yes, whatever harassment, there is a zero tolerance. Now, this terminology is most important. Okay, there is a zero tolerance. Having said that, there are some harassments are dealt with in a different way, and there are some harassments are dealt in a different way, and that we need to understand. And I think Ajay has made one, Atul has made a very nice point. Very fundamental, it is a mandatory. So whether you want it, you don't want it, we need to have this kind of session. Okay, so I think we had a good discussion around need. Now, again, where your trainers had, why are we discussing this at the beginning? It is obvious. I can show you one slide and it is done, right? But now as a trainer, now, as I said, where the trainers had, why it is important to say this, discuss this? Only three insights I will take. Yes, Himani?
Yes. Go ahead. Okay. Why is it important? Because you, even as a trainer, you need to understand how the audience can actually connect with you.
Okay, fine. So audience connect.
What is their perception? What is their understanding? What needs to be unlearned for a new learning altogether?
Excellent. Fine. Anyone else? Why do we need this? Yes, Shirin, please go ahead.
Yeah, so according to me, it's important to kind of use this as a preventive method rather than, having to address repercussions of having a work culture where people are not sensitized.
Shirin, we are not talking. We have moved on to the next question. As a trainer, why do we need to discuss need with the audiences?
Oh, with the audience we're training.
So anyone last input? Anyone?
So Parna, maybe it is important that you need to understand what kind of audience do you have, and then keep pace with the audience. So the audience can be
Absolutely.
negative in their aspects, positive in their aspect. Maybe gender today has taken a very different shape.
Yes.
Earlier we were defining it as a male and a female. There are different types of genders which we are talking
Okay,
about,
okay,
and
Ruchita,
and
hold on.
nowadays
Right, so,
gender is
Very,
also
very
out there.
important here. Ruchita, just a minute. Huh? Please understand everyone. This is called, as a trainer, I'm sure there are many trainers in the forum, still getting the buy-in from the audiences. Instead of telling this is important for you, take a buy-in from them that we need to have this session. Because understand, as a learner, first of all, they should be convinced that we need this. If they're not convinced with that, then it is a order. Are you with me? Like, for example, first of all, the attitude towards training is completely different. Okay. And what happens? Most of us adult learning, they think, why do we need a training? We don't need. And what? There are so many priorities right now. And what is it that they want? Monday morning, 9 o'clock is a pod session. Huh? We know, yeah, it's all about women. I'm just telling you, these are the corridor talks. We need to be aware about these corridor talks. And we need to make sure that, do you think things are required? And the talk will change looking at the participants. Talks will change. And then people, maybe men, women, all the participants will talk in a very different way. And then they will open up. So as a trainer, it is very important for us to work as a funnel. What is funnel? Open up. Let them open up. Okay. And then we will put our ideas in their mind so that it will go inside. Is it fine? So this is how we have to keep on seeing that as a trainer, why do we need to do this? As a posh, because as Ruchira said very nicely, because there is some kind of hatred, because this law is also misused, and it is possible. If I can see that, someone is hiring only because of I'm a woman, there will be a hatred. Okay. And there is nothing about getting upset about it. Most important thing during the session, keep a very neutral voice. And the more people express their anger, the more they express their concern and resistance, it is good for the trainer. Because that is what they are proving. Okay, so these things will always happen. And the more they will say, and when, for example, if Venunath comes and says, this is all about women, madam, something, I'll say, no, it is also about men, because you can also get harassed. And they're like, really? And here you are bringing the audience on the same platform. So let me tell you something which you may not agree, or I may sound little wrong, but there is no other way of putting it. We should not sound feminist during the training session. Yes, it is about women, but it is all about human beings. So that is what is the tone, very important as a trainer, we need to keep it in mind. And because there is a fear in the minds of HR or L&D heads that, is it about only women? No, it is about human beings. So going neutral is very important. So that is the point. Okay, great. So this is how we will keep it in mind all the time, the learning and the training. So very important, if you look at it, the work schedules have changed. Earlier, we never used to have night shifts. As you know, because of shifts, things have changed. It is not about only schedule, but my life is no more 9 to 5. Earlier days used to be, 5 o'clock I'm out. Nobody even knows what is happening in my life. But today I am telling with my profile pic, with my WhatsApp status, with my Facebook, everyone gets to know what is happening. Now, some of you may think, then why to put it on WhatsApp status and all, right? Is that the solution? That is not the solution. So it's very important. Our life at work has changed. Very important. Life at work has changed. And we are 24/7 available. Another thing is this, if you look at it over a period of time, I would like to ask you one thing. If you all remember those days when we used to have a Bank of Andhra, Bank of Punjab, Bank of Maharashtra, Bank of what is it? And if you enter in this organization, you used to see the similar kind of people sitting. Yes? There used to be a company culture and they used to say, you go in this, all Marwadis will be there. Are you getting my point? Why it was? Because they used to do a business locally. They used to get stuff locally, manufacture locally, sell locally, and local was enough. Over a period of time, companies got to know the dependency on one village or one kind of a state will bring their existence in danger. Do you agree with me? And then they said, okay, now I want to sail globally. I want to go out of that particular state, go out of that particular village. And if my existence is coming in the danger, what will I do? I want different people. Okay. And today, if you look at it, there is only one criteria to hire. What is that criteria? You can let me know in the, if one word.
Competence.
Your skill set.
Absolutely. Skill set, competence, talent, nothing else. Along with that, people also look at, let's see, when you're delivering the training, we have to see the business as well. If we are not addressing business needs, then it will be very tough. So along with that, there is a cost because we are getting into service industry and highest cost is the employee cost, right? If I'm getting economical, talented employees anywhere I want to go, you will see, like for example, this happened with us as well, am I right? As Indians, you may get to see Philippines working with you. You may get to see, some other people working with you tomorrow. Looking at this, this revolution which happened, we got to see now many people coming to the workplace. And when people are coming, they are not robots. What comes along with them is their value system. What comes along with them is their culture. Do you agree with me? And you cannot detach that culture from people. And there is nothing wrong about it. It will come. Only thing when it goes wrong, when your cultural values takes the upper hand over company culture. What are the values of company? Now, let me give you some examples. For example, the way we, work at home. For example, I handled one case where one man said, this lady spoke to me very rudely. What happened, sir? She said, bring your voice down. I'm not your wife. The other way also can happen. Someone can say, madam, please bring your voice down. I'm not your husband. Why this is coming? You can dominate or you can work the way you want to work at home. Actually, that is also not right. But can we enter in your family? No. But what may happen that in the similar way, we may naturally work at workplace. Right? Are we doing intentionally? No, but unconsciously. Like, for example, I can tell you another case study where I was delivering the session in one of the manufacturing companies and, the person got up and said, madam, we have a small problem. What? This girl was GET. What is that? Graduate? GET, right?
Graduate engineer trainee.
Engineer trainee.
So she was there for 6 months and seniors also were there. And she said, what happened? Said, everyone calls us beta beti here. I hope everyone is okay with this word, beta beti. Understands, right? And now the seniors were like, so what? What's wrong with that? Okay, I'm not your beta beti. No, we have learned that we should We should treat youngster. You're so young. You're just passed out. She said, okay, sir. But most of you blackmail us emotionally. Better come here. Will you do this? Better, I'm an executive here. Are you getting my point? People are getting impacted the way you are talking to them. And we don't even realize that. There was one young girl who used to call me Didi all the time at home. What is it? And I used to say, don't call me Didi. And she say, oh, no, in our house, people have told us that respect elders. Is there anything wrong in values? No. But my workplace is decided that we will be having first name culture. Then why are you not following? So you may have a culture which is good. But at workplace, we all need to follow our culture. Do you agree with me? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
Right? So this is very important for all of us to understand. Along with that, let me give you one small tip. We have to be very particular and conscious about the terminologies we are using during training session. I'm very vocal about it, very boldly I will tell. For example, some states or anywhere, if you say local word, people take it very wrong way. Getting my point? We have to be very particular about this. Okay, like for example, if you're working in Haryana, then people will take it in a very different way. Okay, so we as a trainer, we have to be cautious and come up with a very neutral words. Okay, if possible. So this is what is we bring to workplace our culture. And please understand, very important, there is an organizational culture and which is acceptable and non-acceptable. And then your intention can be good, but if it is not fitting in organizational culture, then it will not work.